What's going on, YouTube world? This is your guy, your internet brother, your internet friend, Sealz the man. Thank you for coming back, and as always, I appreciate you. And on today's video, we're going to talk about the signs that you are dealing with a healed man. A healed man. You know, when you put that ED at the end of a word, that means it is done. There is no maybe, there is no so-so, there's no halfway in between. Healed means that he went through a process and came to the result. But that process is one of the hardest things that we as a people will go through in our lives. The process of healing, the process of figuring out our self-identity, the process of figuring out who we are. But that result could be all so beautiful. The reason why I'm talking about this today is that I feel like you should be able to detect if you are with someone who is healed or not. Because then you'll be able to project your future with this person, and honestly, your future. Period. Your relationships are a big part of your future. But when it comes to men, especially men, we move a certain way, we think a certain way, and we heal a certain way. And that is what I'm all about on this channel, understanding the mind of good men, decent men. So let's get straight to it. The first sign that I want to bring up that you are dealing, that you're in a relationship with, that you are with a man who is healed, is that he prioritizes peace over pain. Trauma is a tricky thing. It can be a leech at times. It could be a parasite. The thing with trauma is that it can feed off of your response to it, because we all go through some sort of trauma, some sort of pain, some sort of tragedy. But the amount of power that trauma has is the amount of power that you give it. And yes, I know it's easier said than done, but that is honestly the bare bone of it. The more you feed it to trauma and your pain, the bigger it gets, the stronger it gets, the darker it gets. And I'm not trying to sit here and tell you and preach to you that you need to stop feeding your trauma. That is not what I'm doing today. But what I'm telling you is, when a man who has beaten his trauma, who has overcome his tragedies, who has gone through the process of healing, is that he prioritizes peace over pain. Now, what does that look like? He does not feed into his pain. He does not give his pain a platform or a stage to show itself. He does not give power to it. He does not give shine to it. What he does instead is give himself peace. There was a day or a moment where he chose peace, where he stood 10 toes down and said, you know what, from this moment on, moving forward, I choose peace because I choose me. When you let peace win, you move differently, you think differently. So when it comes to you as his woman, he will not force you to share in his pain. He will not inflict pain on you because he's going through pain. A big trait of people who go through pain is that they spread their pain so that it can lessen the pain in themselves somehow. This is how some people think. If I share my pain, I will have less of it. But that is not how pain works. As I said earlier, the more you feed pain, the bigger it gets. So when it comes to problem solving and conflict resolution, your man will choose peace over pain. A man of peace is a product of a man who's been through many of wars, seen and unseen. The second sign that you are dealing, that you are with, that you are in a relationship with a healed man is he laughs at the enemy. Straight up, ha ha ha, at the enemy, scoffs at the enemy, at the ops, at the devil, whatever you want to call it. He laughs at it straight in his face. You know, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Sometimes I even laugh at some of the things I go through today, whether it's someone coming crazy at me or doing something that I don't necessarily like. Sometimes I just laugh it off. And sometimes I say to myself, if only they knew what I used to be. When I was going through my trauma and going through my pain, I would have reacted, shall I say. But to me today, I'm different. I'm over that. My response to your negativity is going to be different than it would have been years ago when I was a different person. I laugh at that. You got it. Laughing in the face of the enemy is a sign that you have overcome, that you know better, that you know what you've been through. The fact that I can laugh today can mean that I wasn't laughing a lot in the past. Laughing is a sign of freedom. I am free from that past. Totally different person today. If you want to get rowdy and raucous and yelling at me and being negative, you got it. I'm beyond that. A man who does not feed into the conflict or try to match fire with fire when an enemy does come his way, and instead do a little thing like a laugh or something like grabbing your hand and saying, baby, come on, this is a waste of time. Getting out of that situation, that negativity, that toxic spot is a big sign of a man who has healed. The next sign of a man who has healed is that he does not play the blame game. Y'all know what the blame game is, right? It's like when you blame someone for something that you're at fault of, or something that you're guilty of, but you would rather place the blame on them to make yourself feel better. And then most times it is not the other person's fault, it is your fault. You lack self-accountability, you lack self-discipline, you lack maturity, and in a lot of cases, you lack healing. A person who plays the blame game is afraid of themselves. They are afraid to face their own faults, their own sins, their own bad deeds, their own demons. So a man who is like that is going to place all his blame on you. He's going to constantly come at you. It's your fault. Why did you do this? This only happened because of you. It is so evident that this man is a master player of the blame game. But the thing is, in the process of healing, is that you learn how to be self-accountable. The thing is, when it comes to healing, you know and you understand that you have to face that thing that you are afraid of. You have to face that thing that you are struggling with. You have to face that darkness that you're running away from. You have to go head on with what is holding you back. That's the thing about healing. You have to master self. And in order to master self, you have to face self. It could be so scary sometimes looking at the mirror and seeing yourself. Because sometimes when you look at the mirror, you see someone totally different than who you actually are. So a man who has healed, who has been through healing, knows that he has to be accountable. Therefore, he is not going to play the blame game with his woman and with everyone who is around him. That is not a trait of a healed man. Another sign of a man who has healed, who has gone through healing, is that he has different expressions of love, multiple expressions of love. Y'all know I created this channel for my 2 young nieces, right? So that when they become of age, our age, they will understand men better so that they may have a better dating journey and relationship journey and a better life of love. Hopefully, that is what I pray for. And one thing I want them to understand is the difference between telling someone you love them and actually loving them. One of the most popular things that people do that don't actually love you is that they will tell you they love you. Oh baby, I love you, girl. You know I love you. Like, stop playing. You know I love you. You my boo. Come on. A whole bunch of talk. But where is the walk? But the thing I hate the most, that I hate to see, is women and men who accept those words of a declaration of love as love. Oh, he told me that he loved me, or she told me that she loved me, so that must mean she loved me, right? Because she told me, she declared it. It came out of her mouth. It came out of his mouth. So that's what it is, right? Wrong. Love is shown. Love is acted. Love is demonstrated. Love is a term of action. And when a man who has healed, especially through love and because of love, he's going to show you love. Love multiplies. And when people are affected by love, they equate it throughout their life, throughout the people who are around them, in their circle. Love cannot be stopped. It has to keep going. So your man, when he is healed, especially through love, he's going to show you multiple ways of love. He's not going to just tell you. He's going to show it. He's going to show it through action. He's going to show it through the things that you like and that the things that you enjoy. He might buy you things that you love. He's going to support the things that you love. He's going to feed you the foods that you love. There's different ways to show love. And a man who has healed wants to show you that love because you are the love of his life. There is no cap on it. The love is bursting through. And the thing with overcoming pain is that when you finally overcome that pain, it is a release. You just want to spread love because you've been through so much. And now that you're on the other side of it, it's like a brand new day. So he wants to show that to you. Love is evident, all right? The next sign that you are dealing in a relationship with a healed man is he is willing to talk about his journey to the man he is today. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. It's hard to talk about being in a desired location if you are not actually at that location. Like, I can never tell you what it feels like to be in Tokyo and all the things you can do in Tokyo and all the places and the different foods and what they taste like in Tokyo because I've never been there. It is high on my list though. I do want to go there eventually, actually, like real high on my list. But I have not accomplished that yet, even though it is a desired place, a desired destination. I cannot tell you how it feels to be a billionaire. Even though I wouldn't mind being a billionaire, that would be a nice goal. I could do so many things with that amount of money, those resources, but I can't sit here and tell you or try to teach someone how to be a billionaire if I'm not a billionaire. How can I talk about a journey that I have never endured? Now, keeping that in your mindset, I'm gonna bring it back to this topic. Why a healed man is willing to talk about his journey. And that is because he has reached his goal of being healed. He has done the work. He has been through it. He's been through the process. He's been at the very bottom and now he's at the top. He's climbed his way out of that hole. He knows what it felt like to be in those dark nights and those dreadful mornings when he didn't know what to do or who to call on, or he felt alone, or he didn't feel enough, and he was playing the blame game and blaming everybody else but himself. He remembers what it feels like to not have nothing and to feel useless. and to be full of guilt. He remembers all those emotions, but he also remembers how he improved, what he did to improve, what he did to increase in himself, the people that he reached out to help him, the walls that he had to break down in order to push through. He remembers how painful that growth was. He remembers feeling better. He remembers the improvement in his mood and the way he treated people. He remembers thanking God for actually winning and beating his obstacle. All those emotions that I just talked about encapsulates his journey. He would not have known those things, those emotions, those feelings, and what to do to overcome. He wouldn't know none of those things if he didn't go through that journey. And when you go through that journey and you see someone else who is in need, who is going through a similar journey, or who has a similar goal of being healed, you are more susceptible of telling them how to do it, because you've been through it and you did it. Because when you were going through it, you wish you had someone to help you. And now you see someone who needs help, you're going to help them. You're going to be that person that you wanted in those dark times. So when you are with a man who was healed, he is willing to talk about his journey, especially with the love of his life, his queen, his woman. And if he is really down for you and has made a commitment to you, then he wants you to know who he truly is, what he been through, why you love the man that you love today, what made that man, because it wasn't all glitter and butterflies. And you're going to learn that when he tells you the journey. Be careful being someone who is always with the wall up, secretive about their journey. Every time you ask them about their history or what they've been through, they get mad or argumentative or run away or change the subject or get offended. Be careful with that, because that is a high key sign that they are not yet healed. All of these signs are coming straight from your boy, Sealz the Man. And I am not saying that I am perfectly healed. I am not saying that I am in a perfect mindset or that I'm not going through things currently. I am. But what I can tell you as a man is that I healed from some things that I struggled with badly in my past. And now I'm able to talk about those things. I'm able to talk about my journey because I healed from those things. I didn't heal from everything, but I healed from certain things. And I could talk about that. When you see those things in your man, big ups to him, but it's a big sign he's healed from some things as well. Thank y'all for being here, and I hope to see y'all again soon. Watch my next video and watch my past videos. I got mad videos. I got like, I think 300 videos, all right? So have fun with that. And I will see y'all next time. Peace and blessings. Goodbye.